Good morning. Almost 7 a.m. Sun's about to rise. Driving since 4. And we're at the Sunday Summit. Heading... Turn the radio off. Heading down Sunday Summit into Manning Park on Highway 3. I've got to pick a speed here. So the other driver left probably about 2 minutes ago. So I should be okay in 15th gear. I am heavy, so I'll have to be cautious, but I'm kind of just peeking out. Excuse me. Had such a fun weekend. Won myself a bit of a Darwin Award, but did some kayaking. Flew the quadcopter. I was having trouble with my phone being able to see where I was flying. The quadcopter kept cutting out, so my phone is old. It needs to be replaced. I've been putting it off because phones are expensive. And it still kind of works. The external speakers don't work, or the speakers on it don't work. I can still make phone calls and stuff. It won't record audio anymore. The screen is cracked for the second time. It has a hard time charging anymore. It's on its last leg. Not a very steep grade, the first part of this, but the bottom of the hill is quite a steep grade. I can't remember what it is. Is that 9% grade? We'll see. We'll see anyway up ahead. So the first part of the hill you can come down at a fairly reasonable rate. About 60 kilometers per hour. Speed limit's 100. And as you can see by all the black lines, people take this corner too fast. gear we can. I want to get to 11th gear. That's 9%. Double solid, but I'm going so slow. I understand why any people would pass here. It's honestly safe to do so if someone's going this slow. We are down. But yeah, anyway, when we went out kayaking, or when I was flying the quadcopter trying to get the thing to work, I decided to let it land in my hand again. Done that several times. But this time I stuck one of my fingers into one of the blades and gave myself 4 little teeny cuts. But those tiny cuts, man, did they bleed. My whole hand was just red in blood. It's like, what the heck? They're just bleeding everywhere. So I must have hit a vein just right. Jess was out kayaking because I was flying the quadcopter to try to shoot some video of her kayaking. And yeah, that didn't work out. I took a picture of my hand before I cleaned it up. I have a first aid kit in the pickup, so cleaned up my hand, washed it, banded it up, and then went out and flew a little bit more. That was a bit of a Darwin award. Yeah, if you're gonna land in your hand, make sure your hand is flat, don't stick a finger up into the blades. Then of course I had Monday off because I was at a birthday party, and that was a fun birthday party. It was just 5 of us? We went up to 6 at one point. Yeah, we were up to 6 people. So a small group of us, just in our own social bubble. And first thing in the morning, we went to the art gallery and toured the Bob Ross collection. That was kind of cool. Enjoyed that. And we went and got our own food and met at the park and had lunch at the park. and we drove down to Oliver, where we rented the whole theater. To ourselves. With COVID right now, you can rent the theater for yourself for $100. Includes popcorn and a drink for up to 50 people. $100? Yeah, the prices of movie tickets and concession stands these days. Anytime you have more than 4 people that want to see a movie, it's worth just renting the whole theater. So that's what we did. We rented the whole theater, brought our own DVD from home and watched the movie we wanted. That was kind of fun. Definitely on the bucket list of things to do is rent a theater to yourself. And then after that we went to a amusement park. We figured a Monday would be a good time to do that. Just a small little adventure park. Go-karting, mini golfing. And it wasn't super busy. People were doing a good job of social distancing, so we were quite happy with that. So it was a really fun weekend. I always think it's really magical when you have the sun hitting part of the mountain in the morning like this. As the sun comes up. Milkameen River is not so big over here towards Manning Park. I'm honestly surprised when we get to Manning Park here that the speed limit doesn't get reduced. Especially in spring, the amount of bears that are on the road. Basically, from Sunday Summit, it stays 100 all the way to Hope. Hey, an empty Sutco. That is a little bit confusing to me. fairly confident they've got a load for me. Why would this guy not load in Vancouver before heading out? Especially since he's heading out before me. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Well, if he lives in Vancouver, he would have probably left at... Oh, okay, if he lives in Vancouver, he would have left at 4 in the morning as well. Because we're... Manning Park right here is right about halfway between Penticton and Vancouver. We're in the park. Yeah, pretty much through the whole park. No, that's not true, but a good portion of the park we're 4-lane highway. This hill at 100 kilometers per hour, and it is super important that you got full engine brake and the engine fan on to get slowed up to a 70 over here. And then while you're going through the 70 kilometer corners, it's super important to keep slowing down and get down to 50. Because here you'll always see fresh black lines going around the corners and a rollover every now and then. From 100 to a 50 going downhill, but there's that slight little section where it's flatter and you can slow it right down during that section. If you don't slow down during that section, you're in trouble when you hit the 50 kilometer corner. And then the rest of Manning Park is these curvy roads, 2-lane curvy roads. Same with here, you want to start slowing right down even though it looks like you've got lots of room to speed up. I've taken that corner too fast. Twice in my life I've taken that corner too fast. Once in my personal vehicle. Actually, it was in my brother's vehicle. And the other time, bobtailing. Can't remember if I was just transporting I think I was just transporting a bobtail truck. Someone gave me a ride and I needed to bobtail the truck to somewhere. Both times in bad weather. Once again, black lines, because this sign does not warn you soon enough. You got to be slowing down for this corner a lot earlier than you can see the sign. Feels like a Monday to me. Keep thinking it's a Monday, but it's definitely a Tuesday. Even though it's just a 2-lane highway here, it's fairly wide. The lanes are decently wide and most of the area has a bit of a shoulder. Except that up ahead we start getting into the cliffs. There's not much of a shoulder at all. Yeah, I was so focused on our weekend that I forgot to ask if I'm doing a US run this week. And it's like, I'd love to take Jess with, but I don't know if I'm headed to the US. This is always my favorite section of this highway here. That's okay. She wanted to get ready for our vacation anyway. Booking our hotels and stuff. Once again, here you get up to 100, but you gotta be ready to start downshifting very quickly. Right about here. Full engine brakes. Grab every gear you can. Nice and smooth. Flats. Looking thicker and thicker on the cloudy front over here, so I didn't look at the weather forecast. Wouldn't mind a good rain. But I suspect we're going to have a good snowfall soon. Jess said that there's a chance of snowfall while we're on vacation. It's like, not going to do a lot of kayaking if there's going to be snowfall. We'll bring nice warm gear and we'll kind of play it day by day and see what it looks like. See if I can remember how to get to the Cal Tire in Hope here. I've done it once before. And I had no cell service at the brake check to Google it to see exactly what road Cal Tire was on, but I think I remember I put the general location into the GPS, so it's heading me that way. Stay in this lane for once because it's an exit only.
2 kilometers, take exit 173 on the right toward Hope.
Toward Hope. GPS is directing me to Hope. We could all use some hope, right? Reduces as soon as we pull off.
173 on the right toward Hope.
So instead of doing 110 here, I'm doing 90. Oh yeah, exit speed is 60. Let's see if we can get there. 80. And 60. construction ahead. Where? Ah, the side road.
In 700 meters, keep right to 6th Avenue.
Yeah, I think it's on 6th Avenue. I think the last time I brought a truck here was over 3 years ago when I was still in training, running chip truck. Definitely been a while. Just look down these streets. Doesn't look like there's one there.
Keep right to 6th Avenue.
If I don't see it here, I'll just pull to the side and have to Google it. See some orange on a building. That might be a Cal Tire. Yeah, I see a minivan on the front. That's got to be a Cal Tire.
Arriving at 1168 6th Avenue on the
Commercial truck entrance. Aha. Go let them know we need a retorque and get back on the road. Let's define this as on duty retorque. Done. Save. That was unexpected. I guess it makes sense, but I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that wheel. I came down here nice and gentle like. I was hardly touching the brake. And the whole reason we're stopping here is to get a retorque on that wheel that they had to replace the seal on it because the oil was leaking on the inside into the brake drum. And it's smoking. As soon as I stepped out, I'm like, I smell something. I'm like, this is not normal. My trailers never smoke when I'm coming to a stop. And walked around, told them I need a retorque, and it's like, huh. It's like, I'm like, I didn't think I came down the hill anywhere near speed that it would start smoking, and come up to the wheel and there's just gray smoke coming, just barely light gray smoke coming off of the wheel that needed to be retorqued. So I'm not sure if that's the oil burning off. Now the brakes are a little bit hot. Like I touched the hub, they're not hot.
Turn left on 5th Avenue, then take the second right.
The brakes themselves are not hot, but they're warm. I guess they are hot, but not boiling hot. So, yeah, I'll just keep an eye on that. There's a bit of a splatter of oil inside the rim as well, so I'm hoping that oil is just from the fact that they changed the hub and stuff, the hub cover and the seals and all that. So I'm hoping it's just excess oil that's sprayed around. I cleaned up the oil in there, and I'll check it again at all the brake checks, right?
Turn right on Old Hope Princeton Way.
I noticed it at the first brake check, at the second one, at the third one, and now it's just like there's a little bit of oil splatter. But I took the time here to clean it up. Oh, that guy's going way over speed. We're gonna let him go. All right, automatic. Come on. All right, let's get back on the road. ETA 9:34, appointment is 10, so we're running still early, so. Half an hour though, I'm just gonna pull in. So that's Hope. At least via old Hope Princeton Highway.
Take the ramp ahead.
Back onto the highway. Yeah, like I said, I'll keep an eye on it. If I keep seeing more oil splatter and if it keeps doing the smoking thing, we'll have to bring it in and get it looked at. But I think it's just excess oil that is burning off.
Continue on Highway 1.
Mountains once again hidden in clouds. Beautiful day. I think clouds always give the mountains a bit of a magical touch. All right. In Langley. Okay, bouncy, bouncy. Let's get a different gear. .30 and I'm finally loaded. It is one funky looking load.
Turn right on 56th Avenue.
Voice command.
Say a command.
Volume.
Volume is at 100. Volume is at.
You know what? We're just gonna go the other way. I'm like, I'll never get across to the other side, especially with the construction. Ah, that was good ice water. Chipper told me I don't have to tarp this load, but it is very moisture sensitive. So if it looks like rain, I have to pull over and tarp it. I will definitely pull over several times and check the load securement for this load, because it is an interesting looking load. Everything's nice and tight right now. I'm through a lot of extra straps, because if you tarp a load, the tarp helps hold it in, but without the tarp, the wind buffets on everything, so you got to think about that and throw extra straps. Of course, it's going to be rush hour leaving Langley. Get that AC going. Might have turned a little bit early. So my drives are nice and heavy, right maxed out weight, and my bridge is nice and heavy, right maxed out weight, but the pup is pretty light. Alright, we'll get a green light here soon. So what I'm going to do is I'll shoot one more clip after this and I'll show you guys the load. So I've got 4.5 hours of drive time left. It's going to take 9.5 hours to get there. So 5 hours tomorrow. So if I get going at 4 again, (9 a.m.), but passes and scales and stuff like that, load secures. So probably around 10 a.m. Going to Silverton. There, and there's a vehicle behind us that just smoking blue. Wow, must be burning a lot of oil. I think they're on their phone. Seems like every single light's a red light. I'm kind of glad I went to this lane when I did. There is so much traffic, it'd be hard to merge. There's no way I'm getting a green there. Didn't think so. It's not too bad though. I'm going to be out on the highway here pretty quick. And the highway's going to be busy too till Chilliwack, but that's okay. Okay. Here we go. Any second now. I guess the pedestrians crossing the road makes it a longer light if they hit the button. All right, I'll catch up with you guys, do that last clip, probably Chilliwack area. Make sure all the straps stay nice and tight. We'll get rolling onto Highway 1. Alright, so this is what she looks like looking into the sun, so let me walk past and we'll turn around. So it's a mix of plywood and lumber and concrete and insulation and molding and soil and big tanks and styrofoam. But she's holding together really good. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. And as always, keep those comments rolling in. I will see you guys tomorrow. I've only got 3.5 hours of drive time left. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure where I'll spend the night. But probably in a no cell phone area, I think. So I'm gonna get myself a snack. You guys rock.